Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and this week we're continuing the Forgotten Realms Heroes box set with this little guy, Bruenor. It's a dwarf king, I believe. But he's going to have a lot of interesting textures and whatnot to capture that contrast paint, so a lot of it's going to be contrast paints. He doesn't have a whole lot of skin to do, it's pretty much just his face. Everything else is covered up. But his face is going to be Guilliman flesh. His beard and hair are going to be Blood Angel's red, dry brushed with a little bit of Astrath red and Riser rust. And then his battle axe I'm going to do in Basilicanum gray with Necron dry brush. And the rest will be various shades of brown. I've got some golds out. I think his base is going to be snow, so it's going to be, I'm just going to paint that with Ulthuan gray and then go over it with Apothecary white and then dry brush it Praxeti white. And then the base will be Army Painter Castle gray, the base band here. So yeah, should be fun. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and get started, and then we'll come back when I made some progress, alright? See you soon. Bye. Alright, we've made a little progress on this guy, so I thought I'd go ahead and do an update. As you can see, I've got the skin done, the steel is done on his helmet, on his axe. Just need to dry brush those once they dry. He's also wearing a chainmail shirt, so I went ahead and did that in Basilicanum gray as well. And I painted his pants with the Griff Charger gray, so I'm going to let all that dry for a little bit. Most of them are unconnected spaces. The helmet and the skin are the closest two spots of contrast we're going to get. So I'm going to let those dry, and then we'll come back and do his beard and hair, probably the axe handle, and maybe his, thinking his body armor is going to be, I want to do leather for his gloves and boots and his belt, which means that kind of loincloth thing he's wearing and the body armor, the shoulders, the breastplate, all that is going to be another brown. So I've got Cygor brown and Gorgrunta fur here that I'm going to use for his, I think the Gorgrunta fur is going to be the furry parts, the loincloth thing he's wearing and the cloak. And then the Cygor brown I think I'm going to do for his armor, his body armor, his shoulders, his vambraces here, and maybe the tabs on the belt thing. And then yeah, his steel armor is just the chainmail and the helmet, and his axe will all get dry brushed with Necron compound. But he's coming along. He's coming along pretty nicely. Probably going to have to do, go over, I see he's got kind of a crossover pouch thing, like sash, that I'm going to have to do in, I'm going to have to do the body armor before I do that, and then I'll have to go back over that with Wraithbone before I do the leather. So anyway, he's coming along. I'm going to let those dry, and then I'll come back and do some more on him. We'll see how he looks. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, I've made some more progress on our guy here. As you can see, I've got the Cygor brown, which is that really, really dark, deep brown on his body armor, his vambraces, and the little tabs along the bottom of his loincloth thing there. And I did the handle of his axe in Wildwood, did his beard. I did the fur in Gorgrunta fur. So that kind of reddish fur. Got all down his cloak, it's still drying a little bit. The tops of his boots, the fur on his boots, and the fur on his belt thing there. So I'm going to let all that dry. And then I'm going to take a break while that dries. And then I'll come back and I'll do this little sash on his sack there in Wraithbone, and we'll do his gloves and his boots and his belt in snakebite leather, And then we can start dry brushing some of this stuff and make him look all spiffy. Oh, the lining of his cloak is going to be snakebite leather too. So yeah, he's coming along pretty nicely. I really like how he's looking so far. So this should be fun. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, we're back, and as you can see, I've got his leathers painted, including the part that I had to go over in Wraithbone. It's looking really good. And I'm pretty impressed with how they look. I think that snakebite leather makes a good lining contrast to the Gorgrunta fur on the outside. And it stands out from the fur on the front there. And yeah, quite a variety of browns, but they're all kind of different browns, so it works out. Looks really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, because you can see it's still kind of wet on his boots there. And then we will start in on all the dry brushing, doing the axe here and his helmet and his chainmail with Necron compound. And yeah, doing his beard with the red and orange. He's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how he's turning out so far. So I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and we'll come back and do the dry brushing. See you soon. Bye. Alright, I've made quite a bit more progress with him. As you can see, I've got the axe and his chainmail dry brush. I've also got his helmet dry brushed, his beard and hair done with both the red and the orange. So you can just see a very subtle orange highlights there. I also had this dwarven shield sitting around in my bits box, already painted up and ready to go. It felt like he needed something to do with that hand. Like that fist was just kind of out there for no reason. So I went ahead and gave him a shield. He didn't come with one originally, but I think he might have come with a stud for the shield, but the shield itself was missing in the box. So I had filed down the back of his hand. The back of his hand looked kind of flat, and I feel like that's probably where the stud for the shield used to be. So the box art doesn't show him with a shield, but I may be wrong on that. It's been a while. But screw it, I gave him a shield. He's got a shield now. So I also painted his base Ulthwyn Gray. You see I got all that snow on there. Once that is still wet, once that dries, I will paint it with the Apothecary White, and then once that dries, then I'll dry brush it Praxetti White and paint the base band with the Castle Gray. So he's coming along pretty well. I really like how he's turning out. And yeah. So I'm going to take a break and let that dry, and then we'll come back and finish up his base and call him a day. Alright, see you soon. Bye. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the finished Bruenor from the Forgotten Realms Heroes box set. 1985 Ral Partha. He looks really good. I'm really happy with how he came out. I think the shield is a nice addition, even though I didn't originally come with it. So there you go. Up next is Alias, and then Dragonbait, and then we'll be done with the set. So tune in next week. Until then, thanks for watching, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. Both of those help me with my YouTube numbers and help support me doing and what I do best. Speaking of which, if you want to support me more directly, you can visit my Patreon site and go on my Instagram page to see all the miniatures that I paint on this site and how to get your hands on one of your own if you want one. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. You can check both of those to see when new videos get posted. And visit my merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.